You can do anything, anything. You can get up at any hour, read any book, take any class, make any change, develop any skill, master any discipline. You can do it all. And here is the secret nobody tells you clearly enough. When the why grows strong enough, the how becomes simple. So let me share with you the most powerful notes I have ever written on this subject. The title is simple: How to Get Whatever You Want. Are you ready? Here it is. Ask, that is it. Just ask. If there is one art in life you must learn extremely well, that has to be one of them. The art of asking. Now, what does ask really mean? Ask means, what do you want? And the formula is staggering. Scripture says it plainly. Ask and you shall receive. Most people work hard, very hard, but they are good workers and terrible askers. You have got to be both. Now let me give you 3 key points on asking and receiving. Number 1, asking is the beginning of receiving. I want you to think deeply about 4 powerful questions. Here is the first one. Why? Why pay the price? Why work this hard? Why go this far? Why try to learn this much? Why develop yourself to the full? Why try to become everything you are capable of becoming? That is a serious question, and only you can answer it for yourself. You need your own list of whys. Here is what I want you to do when you go home after today. Work on your list of whys. Sit down. Write them out. Because one of the greatest thrusts toward success is having a strong enough why. In leadership training, we say this: if the why is powerful, the how is easy. Some people will never have much in life, not because they are not capable, but because they are too cautious. Yes, you can be too reckless, but you can also be too cautious. I call it the timid approach to life. I used to say, what if this happens? That is called the language of the poor. What if this happens, and then that happens, and look at the fix I would be in. I better not try. Then one day I finally understood. It is all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait until they hand you the bill for not trying. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It is all risky. You want to know how risky life truly is? You are not going to get out alive. So take the risk, move forward. Now let me share one of the greatest lessons I have ever received in my entire life. Mr. Shoaff said to me, set a goal to become a millionaire. And then he said something I will never forget. Not for the money, for what it will make of you to achieve it. One sentence. One of the greatest classes I have ever received in my life. Set a goal that will make you stretch that far, for what it will make of you to achieve it. What a brand new reason for setting goals. Because here is the truth. The greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become. Poor people spend their money first and invest what is left. That is the philosophy of the poor. Here is the philosophy of the rich. Rich people invest their money first and spend what is left. And here is the startling reality. It does not matter what the amount is right now. What matters most is not the amount. What matters most is the philosophy. So adopt this. Spend after you have invested, always. Now back to the 4 powerful questions. Question 1, why? We already covered this. Build your list. Question 2, why not? Why not see how much you can earn? Why not see how much you can learn? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see what kind of person you can become? Why not see what kind of influence you can have? Why not see how many people you can lift up and rescue from a life of struggle? Take that personally. Why not? Question 3, why not you? I wish I could look each one of you in the eye individually and ask you this question personally. But let me ask it to you right now. Why not you? Why not you to become successful? Why not you to build the life you have always imagined? Why not you to achieve everything you have ever dreamed of? Take it personally. Question 4, why not now? There has never been a better time. Take this dream and do not let it die. Take this dream and give it life. Take this dream and breathe your own spirit into it until it becomes a flame that lights up everything around you. Let us go do it now. Now here is point number 2. Receiving is not the problem. Receiving is automatic. So if that is true, if receiving truly is automatic, what is the problem? Failure to ask. That might be one of your biggest problems right now. Think about it. Some people work hard every single day. Consistent effort. Real hustle. But they have not written a single goal on paper. Not one. Good work. Poor asking. That has to change. Point number 3. Receiving is like the ocean. There is plenty. Success is not in short supply. It is not rationed. You did not show up too late and find it was all gone. No. It is like an ocean. There is more than enough for everyone. So if that is true, what is the problem? Some people go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Think about that image for a moment. The ocean is full. The supply is endless. But what you bring determines what you take home. So bring a bigger container. Bring bigger goals. Bring bigger ask. Now let me talk about responsibility, because this is where everything changes. Take full responsibility for what happens to you. It is one of the highest forms of human maturity. Accepting full responsibility. It is the day you know you have passed from childhood to adulthood. The day you accept full responsibility for your life. I used to have a long list of reasons why I was not doing well. I used to blame the government. I used to blame taxes. I used to blame the weather. I used to blame the traffic. I used to blame my car. I blamed the manufacturers. I used to blame everything outside of myself. And then someone gave me a philosophy that turned my life around completely. It is not what happens that determines the quality of your life. It is not what happens, it is what you do about it that changes everything. You have the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you? Now here is my last question, and I want you to really sit with this one. Why not now? There never was a better time. Take this dream and do not let it die. Take this dream and give it life. Take this dream and breathe into it your own personal spirit until finally it becomes a flame that burns bright for the whole world to see. Because without dreams, we all slowly die inside. You have got to dream. Do not lose your dreams. Not for yourself, not for your future, not for your family. Do some dreaming. Big dreaming. Serious dreaming. Now let me talk about resolve, because resolve is what turns dreams into reality. Resolve says, I will. Two of the most powerful words in any language, I will. Benjamin Disraeli said, nothing can resist a human will that will stake its very existence on its stated purpose. Simply put, I will do it or I will die trying. The best definition of resolve I ever heard came from a little girl in a junior high school in Foster City, California. I was going through some vocabulary words one day and I got to the word resolve. I asked the class, who can tell me what resolve means? Some did not know. Some tried. But the last answer was the best. A little girl in the back of the room raised her hand and said, I think I know, Mr. Rohn. I said, what does it mean? She said, I think resolve means promising yourself you will never give up. I said, that is the best definition I have ever heard. Promising yourself you will never give up. Now let me ask you this. How long should a baby try to learn how to walk? How long would you give your baby before you said, enough is enough, this walking thing is not for you? No mother in the world would ever say that. Any mother would say, my baby is going to keep trying. Until. What a magic word, until. Promise yourself you will read the books until your skills change. You will attend the seminars until you get a handle on it. You will listen until it makes sense. You will practice until you develop the skill. You will keep going until, never give up, however long that takes. Step by step, piece by piece, book by book, word by word, day by day. Go for it. Do not miss the chance to grow. Now let me talk about disgust. Because disgust, believe it or not, can be one of the most powerful emotions you ever experience. Disgust is a negative emotion, but it can have a very positive and very powerful effect on your life. Disgust says, I have had it. I have had enough. I am done with this. What an important day that can be. The day you finally say, I have had it. I met a remarkable woman in New York once, a vice president at a major company, extraordinary income, extraordinary life, and she never went to high school, never went to college, never went to university. I asked her, "How did you get here?" She said, "Let me tell you the story." She said, "When I was a young mother many years ago, one day I asked my husband for $10, and he said, 'What for?' She paused, and then she said, 'Before that day was over, I decided I would never ever have to ask again.' She said, 'I started studying opportunity. I found it. I took the classes. I put myself through the schools. I did the work. And now I am a vice president. I make a lot of money.' And she said with a smile, 'I kept my promise. I have never had to ask again.' That is called a life-changing day. The day you say, 'Enough is enough.' So here is what I want to leave you with today. If you want to be wealthy and happy for the rest of your life, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work on yourself, personal development, because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become. To be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Do not leave it to chance. Make it a study. Make it a commitment. Make it a priority. Now let me give you the day that turns your life around. 4 parts, and then we are done. Number 1, find out how things work. Study the principles. Learn the philosophy. Understand the rules of the game before you play. Number 2, go to work. Get excited about your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. On any given day, you can massively change the direction of your entire life. Any day, including today. Number 3, self-motivation. This is the key. You have got to motivate yourself. Nobody is coming to do it for you. The fire has to come from inside. The decision has to be yours. The commitment has to be personal. Number 4, do not try to beat the system. Do not try to find shortcuts. Some people learn just enough to start cutting corners and looking for cheap answers, and they wind up with a cheap life. Look at your last 5 years honestly, because the next 5 years are going to look exactly like the last 5, unless you decide to change something tomorrow. Change it all, or change a little, or change something. The choice is yours, but it is nice to know that any day you wish, you can change your whole life. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. That is the key to understanding economics. The more value you bring, the more you earn. Simple, powerful, true. So do not try to change the seed. Do not try to change the soil. Do not try to change the sunshine, or the rain, or the seasons. Let the miracle of everything that is available work for you, and start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy. Work on your attitude. Work on your personality. Work on your language. Work on your communication. Work on all of your abilities. And if you start making those personal changes, I am telling you, everything around you will begin to change. So here is my final message to you today. Ask. Ask boldly. Ask clearly. Ask consistently. Build your list of whys. Make them powerful enough that the how becomes easy. Accept full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming. Start building. Resolve that you will never give up. Promise yourself until, and work harder on yourself than you do on anything else. Because the greatest reward in life is not what you receive. It is who you become. Why not you? Why not now? Let us go do it.